This is Ben Shalom and you're watching Sporting Icons.
Okay, so the WBA have released their new rankings, up and down their weight divisions, of course, as always, but in this one, the heavyweight division. So they have made a couple of changes in their new top 15, so of course I will go through the top 15, point out the changes compared to this time last month, what fights recently happened, what fights have recently been made in that as well, then of course give you an overall review of how I feel about their rankings. And I will tell you right now, it's a lot of old knackers, as always with the WBA and their bias crap. Now, if you are new to this channel, please click that subscribe button. If you're not new to this channel and you're not subscribed, please do so, because these are kind of videos that will help you with your boxing knowledge. Keep ahead of the Twitter experts, right? Anyway, so let's go through the top 15 for the WBA for the month of October. The WBA World Heavyweight Champion, Super Champion, is Oleksandr Usyk. The WBA Regular World Heavyweight Champion is Manuel Char. Poop. Anyway, number 1, Deontay Wilder. Number 2, Martin Bakole. Number 3, Anthony Joshua. Number 4, Lenier Pero. Number 5, Arsenbek Makhmudov. Number 6, Jarrell Miller. Number 7, Darren Dubois. Number 8, Jared Anderson. Number 9, Filip Herkovich. Number 10, Ivan Daichko. Number 11, Fabio Wardley. Number 12, Ajit Kabayel. Number 13, Efe Ajagba. Number 14, Jonathan Guidry. And number 15, Frank Sanchez. So that is a new top 15 for the month of October. This is what the WBA consider the top 15, the best in the world. Jokers. Anyway, so dropped out this month was Luis Ortiz and Murat Gassiev. Luis Ortiz, he hasn't had a fight since he lost to Andy Ruiz Jr. In fact, Ortiz has been dropped from a couple of sanctioning bodies. He was number 13 here in the WBA last month, but now he's been dropped altogether. Down to inactivity, maybe not paying the sanction fees, who knows. Murat Gassiev, of course, he lost to Otto Wallin this weekend in Turkey. He lost on a split decision. Many people agree, split decision. Many people think that it should have been a wider margin and it should have been a majority for Otto Wallin. Incidentally, no Otto Wallin in this top 15, but they dropped Gassiev. Weird, right? Now, as far as the fresh inserts are concerned, number 15, Frank Sanchez. He's a new insert. Of course, he won on the PBC show for Canelo versus Charlo. He's on the undercard, taking on journeyman Scott Alexander, or Alexander Scott, I forgot his name, doesn't matter, who cares, and somebody that we want to see, somebody who is supposedly the new boogeyman of the heavyweight division, right? I think it's just because he's Cuban, to be honest, much like Luis Ortiz. It's fake boogeymanness. It's all very well looking good against these kind of opponents, but what you don't do is shout around saying how you want Fury, you want Joshua, you want Usyk, you want all these kind of guys, but yet keep on fighting puddings. Step up. He took a good step up against Ajagba, won that one, and seems to be stepping backwards. And that win against Alexander, whatever his name is, that is not a top 15 kind of position. It's not, okay? Frank Sanchez, step the fuck up. Okay, other insert, number 13, Efe Ajagba. Now, I'm not too sure why he wasn't ranked at all last month, but now he's in at number 13. I'm not too sure why they've done that. It should be number 15 or number 14, right? You kind of start that way because he hasn't had a fight in the last month. But he has recently announced a fight. Forgot his name, the guy that he's fighting. So it's good that he's keeping active. He is keeping quite active. Of course, since that victory over Kosabuski quite recently, that was a very good win. And the WBA should have ranked him immediately after that one, albeit Kosabuski got himself disqualified in that fight. But it is what it is. Anyway, good to see Ajagba keeping active. Number 5, Arsenbek Makhmudov. He was number 6 last month. Now he's number 5. Now he's just announced a fight. He's going to be fighting on the Fury and Ngannou undercard in Saudi Arabia. I've done a recent interview with him only about a week or so ago, so go check out that one. And he's a quality guy. Wants the smoke with everybody. And in his own words, I want to destroy them all. And as I said to him there, why don't you fight in Saudi Arabia? It would be great to fight in Saudi Arabia, because obviously he's like a Muslim in that. And he said, yeah, you know what, he'd love to. Now look, he's fighting in Saudi Arabia. Coincidence? Maybe. Who knows? Now, on that card, the Fury and Ngannou card, is Martin Bakole. Now, Martin Bakole is number 2 on these rankings, and he's going to be taking on Carlos Takam. For me, Martin Bakole should be fighting Makhmudov. That's my honest opinion. That's a good fight. It's on the Saudi dime, so why not? Why fight a Takam? That shows the ambition of Bakole, as far as I'm concerned. Take on a guy who Joe Joyce knocked out. Well, stopped. Take on a guy that Joshua beat, who Derek Chisora knocked out, and quite a few others, Joseph Parker and whatever else. But yet say how he's better than everybody else, as in Bakole. It's ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. Anyway, what can you do? So Miller, he's been dropped down a position, even though he has been mandated to take on the new reinstated Manuel Charr for the regular World Heavyweight Championship. Garbage. Manuel Charr should not be champion, and Miller should not be getting a shot. So, okay, here's how I see it. Now, listen, everybody deserves another chance, okay? I'm not saying that nobody shouldn't get another chance, but the fact that he kept on popping for regular PEDs, right, for multiple substances, it's almost like now he's being rewarded. I've taken a couple of journeymen, including Lucas Brown, and now he gets a shot at the WBA regular World Heavyweight Championship. If he beats Charr, he becomes officially a world champion. Whether you recognise that or not, officially, that's what he is. That's not right. It's not right, in my opinion, okay? For me, he needs to work his way into that position. Much like Manuel Charr. The guy never defended the belt, and he had it for the best part, was it 3 years or something? Ridiculous. Listen, madness. I ain't going to go around the whole political thing, but this is the WBA dropping the ball as always, because it's supposed to be liquidating that belt. That's what they said they were going to do. Number 14, the star of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre in Jonathan Guidry. He's not really, but he kind of looks like he should have a chainsaw in his hand. He's a Don King fighter, which is why he's hanging on for dear life in the top 15 of WBA. We all know the biases that the WBA have, right? Hey, what can you do? So, obviously, Fury is not ranked here. Again, I always get asked those questions. Why is Fury not ranked on this particular one, for example? Well, that's because he's WBC champion, so of course he won't be. But there has been announced that he has now signed the contract with Oleksandr Usyk, the WBA Super World Heavyweight Champion, Unified Champion as well, of course, with the WBO, IBF, and Ring Magazine and IBO. So that's good. That is good. So other than that, I can't think of any fights that have been made or recently happened that I haven't spoken about since the last time we've done this particular one. So these are our new top 15 for the WBA for the month of October. What do you think of it? Personally, I think it's a lot of old knackers. I do. There's quite a few fighters who should be ranked in there, but are not. I mean, do you want to tell me that Jonathan Guidry is better than Joe Joyce? Or Otto Wallin? Do me a favour. Shoulder roll, shoulder roll. Anyway, that's my thoughts on this whole fiasco that is the WBA. Absolute knackers. Drop your thoughts below. Click thumbs up, subscribe. Catch you next video.